Hello, and welcome to Pep Talks. This week I asked my global operations associate, what should I talk about? And he said, last week we had a very good time on priorities and decision making with our Shadrach Fellowship of the Heart Group. So let's talk about priorities and decision making. Now let me read 10 questions that we asked them. And then by the end of that session, most people realized we are not very effective at planning our lives and making good decisions. Do you plan tomorrow's work today? Answer only yes or no. Do you perform routine chores at your daily low energy times and creative tasks at your high peak? Do you get unpleasant duties out of the way quickly? Do you mentally preview the day's work at the beginning of the day? I hope you're answering yes, no, maybe, no sometimes. Are you able to deal with people who waste your time? Do you know how to log your time? That is occasionally right now, just how long it takes you to do particular tasks. Number 7, when you promise that you'll get something done on time, do you always try your hardest to get it done, to keep your word? Number 8, do you set aside a portion of each day to think, create, and plan? Do you have an efficient filing or organization system? Is your workplace tidy? Can you find what you need to when you need to? Last but one, do you know how to choose your most productive tasks? And lastly, do you know exactly what your priorities are? I hope that you get at least 10 out of the 12, because if you get anything less than that, we need to talk. So listen to the rest of this. There's a principle called the Pareto Principle. That principle says that, some people call it the 80-20 rule, that if you spend 80% of your time planning, evaluating, assessing, analyzing, all of that, within another 20% of your time you have executed. If you spend only 20% of your time planning, not even check, not even look at the planner, you spend 80% of the day trying to execute. This 80-20% rule applies to almost everything. In any organization, about 20% of the people get 80% of the work done. So when you determine the things you need to do, reprioritize them, list them according to what will give you the most bang for your buck, as the Americans say, and then determine what the top 20% is. When you determine the top 20% of things you need to do, trust me, 80%, 8 out of 10 of the results, the fruits that you want to see in your life will happen if you get the top 20% done. But how do you determine what should be your priority? 3 R's. Number 1, what are you required to do? There's some things that you're obliged to do. I cannot outsource my job as a husband, as a father, or as a CEO. What am I required to do? You need to do the things you are required to do, especially things that are fiduciary responsibility. Number 2, what are the things that bring me the most return? We are all gifted in certain things and passionate about certain things. Within 1 minute you have done what it takes somebody 10 hours to do. Focus on those things that give you the highest return, because you are good at them, you are blessed at them, and your life will be effective and efficient. In other words, effectual. Finally, the 3rd R, choose the things that bring you the most reward. Because when we do the things we are gifted for and we are wired to do, not only are we effectual at them, we are really fulfilled. What am I required to do? What brings me the highest return, and what brings me the highest results? Now you know how to plan and make priorities so that you can be effectual